Hello, everyone. I am Renee Cobb, and welcome to Overtones Live. That's the sound of a lawnmower, folks, and that was the Goodwin Brothers with Don't Need a Cuttin', and that bluegrass doesn't need a cuttin'. A really great song about this wonderful and beautiful state of Kentucky, and happy Giving Tuesday, everyone, and happy post-Thanksgiving week. We have so much to be thankful for, and we are coming to you from Radiolex WLXU 93.9 FM in the Debra Hensley Studio at Greyline Station. And one of the things I have been thankful for over the past 6 years is living and giving on the air in Lexington, Kentucky. And tonight, we are living large and we are giving big. And tonight, we've also experienced what's called my first double episode, right, Mark? It's been awesome from 7 to 9. And behind every good DJ and show host is an awesome station manager who also runs a mean soundboard because I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And for that, I'm extra thankful. Please give it up for Mark Royse, everybody.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here.
We have some great music on tap for this evening, and we have some great art that we're looking at. And for you that can't see what we're looking at, you know where to find this a little bit later this evening on Overtones Live on Facebook.
Tony was with us earlier in the year for Unity Fest, and he's been around and done stuff with us. So we're so glad to have you guys here.
Yes.
And I'm going to hand it back to Renee because I'll just keep talking if you don't shut me up.
That's all right. That's all right. And I heard you use the term y'all. And what we say on Overtones Live is y'all means you are listening locally. So that's what you're doing this evening. And we've gone from the genre, and Overtones Live is a multi-genre show. So we are multi-genre, we're multicultural, we're multi-generational, and we like to mix it up. So I don't know any better way to mix it up than to take bluegrass and move right into urban rap. So all of you in our listening audience are about to be introduced to two wonderful talents out of our hometown in Lexington, Kentucky, and also two of my most favorite humans in the whole world. Both are members of the Lexington Project Ricochet Urban Art Collective. And first of all, we have our first guest is an illustrator, a comic artist, and animator. His comic and graffiti-styled approach have placed him within a wide range of projects, from comic to cover art for publishers like Z2 Comics? Z2 Comics illustration for Zox and Netflix. There's some big names there, Mark. In animation for companies like Group 9 Media, he has also placed a focus on story-based illustration and sequential work. Please welcome Bryce Oquaye to Overtones Live.
Thank you.
And earlier this week in promotion, I just inadvertently, it's one of these unconscious things, put an apostrophe in Bryce's Oquaye. And he's like, just for the record, I don't have an apostrophe. I said, I made you into a leprechaun. But I just love it. And we also have the hip-hop Picasso, Tony Wavy. My coolness factor is increasing just by the minute here. So that's what I like about being around these guys. Our favorite artist is a young up-and-coming hip-hop vocalist and painter. So think about that, folks. And at a young age, he knew he was meant to be a star. And we all know that too. Since he could remember, he was always drawing. But as a young church boy, he always found himself infatuated with music. And we had another story about a young lady that was just in here an hour ago that also has a very similar story as you do, Tony.
Wow.
From his parents being ministers to his aunties, uncles, cousins, and even his grandparents being heavily involved in church, he was always in the midst of music. And if that produces all of this that's in this audience, for that we are all thankful. Almost everyone in his family is musically inclined, from singing to percussion to piano and so on. And at one point fully focused on art to taking on both art and music by the 11th grade. Tony is very self-aware in his music and art, to where his music focuses on lyrics. I love to say this. I've always wanted to say this on the air. Wordplay, double entendres.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one in a long time. And metaphors. Double entendres is the thing. Style and heavy-hitting hooks, all coming back to the underlying statement in every song. And his art almost does the same, to where everything he does can have double and even triple meaning. Please welcome Tony Wavy to Overtones Live. And Tony, we've been working on this for a while, right? Getting you on the show.
We've been cooking it up.
I'm so glad you're here. And we're going to spin a couple of Tony's originals before we get to know these two amazing men in the studio with us. Tony, we're going to hear another thing I'm going to love to say, Sucker for Love. Did I do okay?
Yeah. I love that.
And while we're playing these songs, let's show our appreciation for the work being done by Radiolex and showcasing the music of Kentucky, and also the tremendous voice that they bring to the community each and every day, 24/7 on Radiolex, WLXU 93.9 FM. Here is Sucker for Love.
Harley! Yeah, Harley! You're worthless! You're driving me! Wait! We can't let everything we have be ruined by a silly misunderstanding. And just what is it that I'm not understanding? That we're two of a kind. That you'll always come back to something. Yeah, I guess I do.
Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. More than just a kiss and a hug. Yeah, I'm talking puppies and bugs. If it be some dust, we sweep it under the rug. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. 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 Man, I'm love crazy, cause I love crazy. She be out of pocket, but I never let it faze me. Swore that I'm a clown for Harley and Mr. JB. And JB said it best, you always be my baby. And JB do it best, you know I love crazy. 03, Bonnie and Clyde. You probably crashed the whip, at least you know she down the ride. At least you know she down the ride. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. More than just a kiss and a hug. Yeah, I'm talking puppies and bugs. If it be some dust, we sweep it under the rug. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. 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 We running from him, but she still probably call her. We got these problems, but they still never solve them. Love is a thing that I always seem to follow. I know I'm supposed to hang her, but I answer when she call her. I'm not supposed to bang her, but I always seem to follow. Love again and love again. Love again and love again. She said that I'm a dog when my mom's up there. She talking to a dog like she in love with him. I thought that he was just a friend. Acting like I'm all up in her biz again. Shorty, you ain't even on the business. With you off your lid again. Talking about some kids again. Like she all up in my bed trying to have kids again. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. More than just a kiss and a hug. Yeah, I'm talking puppies and bugs. If it be some dust, we sweep it under the rug. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love.
Boy, I'm just a.
Boy, I'm just a sucker for love.
You know I'm just a.
Boy, I'm just a sucker for love.
Yo, I'm just a sucker for this and I'm stuck on you. Come on, Key, you got me breaking down from breaking up. They say you're chosen if you can find it. You got me in a box just like the Brady Bunch. I trade a few to raise you up on a pedestal to settle all disputes between the fool who tripped and gave you up. I played enough, never thought an Ella make me fade to dust. Your sacred touch, a shimmer like the lake at dusk. Sex trips, letting you on top is like a death wish. Gotta throw you off before our futures take a left quick. Understand that I ain't like your other man. I can take you places and give you feelings no others can. I need you more than ever now, I mean that. My heart is like a speaker. When we speak it, give me feedback. You make my tribe call quest anytime I relax. Electromagnetic, how I'm drawn where you be at. You hear me? Cause girl, I'm just a sucker for love. And if I had it my way, you'll be stuck in it. Word.
Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. More than just a kiss and a hug. Yeah, I'm talking puppies and bugs. If it be some dust, we sweep it under the rug. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love. Boy, I'm just a sucker for love.
I love it. Tonight on Overtones Live. I love this. And you know what? I am so fortunate to work with both of these young men. And you just bring so much light to my life. I just wanted to tell you I'm really appreciative of everything that you do. But most of all, for your kindness towards me and just the way that we get to work on these beautiful things, which is with Project Ricochet. What can you all speak to about Project Ricochet before we find out about your mutual backgrounds?
Well, first off, likewise, the feeling is mutual. You know, we love you to death, and you always bring the greatest energy. It's the way you support is it's amazing. So
thank you.
We can't sing your praises enough.
Thank you.
And Project Ricochet is definitely I would say just off of the work of this summer alone. It's probably been one of the most just impactful and amazing, groups to be a part of, Project Ricochet and the Urban Art Collective, and just the way we've been able to kind of hit the ground running and really just do the work that we do in the community and still be true to our art. It's amazing.
Awesome.
Okay, so I get to speak about Project Ricochet. Yeah. Well, first I want to, say thank you, Renee, for having us. Mm-hmm. And, earlier I was talking to Josh. He was asking me what I was doing today. I'm like, I'm going to interview with Renee. He's like, oh, that really nice woman? I said, yes, her. The nicest lady you'll ever meet.
That's awesome.
But
I love you too.
I'm super proud to be a part of Project Ricochet and even meet people and being able to connect with people like Renee and Bryce. I think even we knew each other beforehand, but even just getting closer towards this and being able to really impact the community with the arts and creatives. And I think what Dr. Abini Elamine is doing is really pushing the narrative and the culture of Lexington, Kentucky from the art perspective, from the community and the health perspective, and pushing something that we haven't seen here before. Like, she's really pushing a narrative of positivity, love, and creativity. So, even from the World Art Camp, when we work with the little kids and work with the young students and teaching them about art and music and poetry and releasing their creativity at the Tates Creek Community Center, to even now doing the art hop. And then, there was even an event where she brought all of the young people out to come see the orchestra. How often do you go see the orchestra?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Really.
And the barbershop initiative stuff too.
Yeah.
Just like taking the time to put together all these different connecting events. Just showcasing everybody. Like Dr. Beanie is phenomenal.
And I want to jump in because we also, Radiolex does a lot with language access and public health. So we've worked closely with Project Ricochet over the summer, especially with the barbershop initiative.
Yes.
So that's great. But I didn't know about the Urban Art Collective, so I'm really excited to find out about that. But they're great. And Bilal and I were in Leadership Lexington together last year. So I met him, and then I kind of connected with Project Ricochet. So it's a great organization. And again, an organization at Radio Lex that we're happy to support and lift up and amplify what they're doing. So it's a great thing about
and
community.
I must say, even with the Project Ricochet and the Urban Art Collective, you haven't heard of it because we just not getting on the map. It's been 2-3 months since we started.
Oh, wow.
And the work that we've accomplished, from the art camp to the art hop, now we've done a mural. We have a mural up over on Georgetown Street at the Share Center. And that was just an amazing opportunity to have public artwork that the whole community can witness and be inspired by each and every day. Every time they're driving past past the Share Center. They get to, be inspired by something that was created by people in the Urban Art Collective. So.
Yeah.
And let me just say, since we're on that topic, we were going to talk about that, but let's go into that because Tony has just finished, and I believe with your help as well, Bryce, and some other people, right? Tony has just finished a masterpiece that's on the side of the Share Center on Georgetown Street, contributing to what I just think is an amazing collection of murals in Lexington, Kentucky alone. I've even mentioned to some people, I said, we need a map mural, like a mural of all of them, right? A mural map. So like a tour, because I know that I love just going there and taking pictures of all of these. And he has contributed one that is from a famous hero from Louisville, Kentucky. And Tony, tell us about that experience and kind of where did it originate and what happened?
So with this opportunity, I was given the space to create something for Muhammad Ali and something for the community. So we did Muhammad Ali. So with Muhammad Ali, everybody knows him for fighting. Everybody knows him for being the greatest. And I wanted to portray that in a way that we haven't seen before. And with that one, we came up with Dr. I don't know, it's her sister-in-law at the Share Center, Mrs. Elamine. And we came up with the idea of doing him carrying the torch from the 1996 Olympics. And as he was carrying that torch, he was in his older age. He had Parkinson's disease. And people didn't even know if he'd be physically or mentally able to carry that torch.
Mark and I probably remember watching that.
Yeah, I do.
Wondering ourselves.
It was touch and go, but yeah.
Yeah, and I had to do a little bit of research on that, and just kind of getting an understanding of what was going on because I was born in 1999. But I did my research and, just even seeing the impact that had on the world. And what that meant to me was like, he's carrying the torch. He's carrying the light, being a light bearer. And many of us need that light. And I feel like this community needs that light, even in Lexington, Kentucky, creating a piece that not only is just going to shed a light on the dark places, but it's going to bring a new perspective of creativity for the people that pass that. Because, in that area, it's a lot of poverty. In that area, it's a lot of, gun violence and different things that goes on. So we want to switch that narrative. And even as we made the piece, so not only did I want to have him holding up the light, but in the background, it has him in his younger days fighting. So not only are we fighting for what we believe in, but we're being the light in that community. And then Bryce was helping me out in that project. He's helping me build up them bricks. We put some bricks on the wall. It looks like he's knocking down the walls because we're going to knock down the walls in the Urban Art Collective. And we're going to knock down those walls so people can really see what Lexington can be and what it will be. But it takes creatives. It takes people like Dr. Elamine. It takes people like Renee bringing the whole community together, even just having us here. She said this is a diverse radio show at the Overtones. So it's not just for one community, but this is for everybody. And when you can create something that doesn't just impact one group of people or just yourself, and you do something bigger than yourself, the sky's the limit. I mean,
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to hear another one of Tony's songs, and I want to come back after this song. And thank you so much for saying all of that, guys.
Thank you.
We're going to talk to Bryce a little bit next after this song, and this is called UFO.
1 2 1 2, yeah. 1 2 1 2, yeah. 1 2 1 2. She's I did it well. Alien girl. 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 UFO. UFO. She from a planet that I do not know. UFO. UFO. She from a planet that I do not know. She's I did it well. Alien girl. 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 Does she come in peace or does she come to do damage? Is she my one my world can't manage? An invasion of space, so tell me how can I plan it? From 2 different planets, I'm a man, she's a Martian. I try to sit calm like an episode of Martin. The one I pick on, like Pam. I knew she was the one when she picked me out the sand. I've been abducted, caught in her seduction. She grabbed me as I ran. Let's take a trip just to see where we gon' land. I'm hoping it's Venus, you can get this. Asteroids and astronauts, the view is type scenic. The way she giving brain, man, the species must be genius. Oh, girl, you're real dang smart. Quit showing your real thing, I'm hoping that you got that real thing, ayo, where my real things are. Ayo, where my UFO, UFO, yeah, from a planet that I do not know. UFO, UFO, yeah, from a planet that I do not know. Yeah, how did it work? Alien girl, yeah, how did it work? Alien girl, yeah, how did it work? Alien girl, she's out of the world. Alien girl.
I don't come for peace, I come for pleasure. Could have seen me coming if you check the solar weather. Oh, it gets better the moment I arrive. Got the touch, make you feel you're floating in the sky. No gravity, so high. Up in the beam, strawberries and cream, Milky Way chocolate, a cosmic wet dream. Baby, what's your sign? I see what's rising. Your molecular structure, yo, I'm sizing you up to a new atmosphere. Head in the clouds, got you like, wow, I like it here. We zip and whiz and cruise right past Mercury, onto an Orion's belt. He say, what is this sorcery? Stars in his eyes, it's giving wavy vibes. Picked him up with the craft, but the real ride begins here and now. So scream real loud. Space got the vacuum like a French maid from outer space. Space, pick up the pace. I'll be heating up all of your elements. Every atom, every trace, everything I've done to get you inside of my universe has no rewind. Ain't no time machine can put us in reverse. Bathe your mind. Ain't no way I'm taking you back to Earth. I got alien tactics. My love is galactic, so out of this world you explode. It's climactic.
UFO, UFO, she from a planet that I do not know. UFO, UFO, she from a planet that I do not know. She how did it work? Alien girl, she how did it work? Alien girl, she's how did it work? Alien girl, she's how did it work?
Romance. It sounds to me like you're not really in love.
Hey. Don't talk like that. I'm in love. I love my baby.
Well, do you compliment her? Do you bring her flowers? Do you take her out?
Hey. No, this is my show. I have the questions here. All right? Do your feet stink? I'm sure they do. Next caller. What?
Oh, nice ending there, Tony. I like it. UFO. We've been taken away, but we are here in the Radiolex studio.
Thank you for letting me interrupt the show here, but it's so great to have Renee here, who came shortly after I did to Radiolex and has taken the small little basement platform and turned it into this massive media conglomeration. And it's fun to see Tony Wavy, because I think a year ago, I first saw you with Unity Fest, and it's just fun. I've been seeing more and more of you getting out there and doing that. Nice to meet you as well. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to give it back to you, because otherwise I'll just keep rattling on.
And Mark, this is the leadership of Lexington today, sitting here in the office with us. But Bryce, you're a resident artist at the Loudon House and also Lexington Art League, and artist in residence for Project Ricochet. Mm-hmm. You operate a studio you called Mad Hundreds, and this is where he publishes his comics and small animation projects as a freelance creator. And this summer he had his debut solo exhibit titled Mad Hundreds Presents Collect, and he also works closely as part of the collective called Six Bombboards, where he had his start as a live artist. Now, this is interesting stuff, and this is stuff that I had never been exposed to until I had the opportunity to watch you. We'll talk a little bit about that, but he travels to exhibit and performs live art in different comic conventions and art showcases. And one of the things, Mark, that he's done is with the Barbershop Initiative, he shows up and he's in the corner and he's actually drawing the barbers cutting the hair, and it's just absolutely fascinating, to the point when the news media shows up, they just end up going over to him and like taking pictures, right? Because it's so fascinating. And also, you've had your work showcased in Brooklyn, New York, and the Kentucky Castle. So Bryce's goal is to help spark the next wave of illustration styles and approaches that showcase, I love this, a merger of different multicultural influences and stylized draftsmanship. I'm getting to say a lot of big words tonight. Bryce, what has been your route to the visual arts, and what is your current inspiration?
Yeah, it's to condense it as much as I possibly can. As a visual artist, everything kind of started with hip hop and specifically with sequential art, because initially, you know, I was a hyper child, and you know, I was in an environment that wasn't necessarily the best environment to just be running outside in. So the way that my mother wanted to kind of capture my attention early was to, you know, put me on to comic books and things like that. My family, Tony, you could relate to this, you know, we're Caribbean.
Yeah.
So my mother, she had help with learning English and everything through comic books. That was her entrance to teaching me how to read, was comic books. And then hip hop was something I was just immediately immersed in. So I just connected the two. Graffiti art, all that stuff, just at a very, very young age. Everything was just, it was comics, it was graffiti. Then it was cartoons and graffiti. And then I'm born in '88, so eventually anime started to
Mark and I are crying. We need therapy.
8899.
Right, that's crazy. But like eventually, like when anime and gaming, like prominently, like fighting games, so like Capcom and stuff, when all that stuff started to become really popular, that visual style in particular really, really grabbed me. And yeah, so I started to like run with these different things and, you know, just capture my favorite parts of all these things.
I just love this story. And Mark, just to kind of, when I was watching him do this live animation, you know, I've seen like caricature people, and you have to sit real still while they draw you. Just imagine all the activity that's in a barbershop and how you have to seal that in your memory, you know, to kind of draw what you're drawing. How does that work?
It's kind of it's weird, because for me it's like, and this is where the sequential part of things comes into place, because the storytelling aspects of things, it's not about necessarily capturing something photographically as much as it is just capturing whatever that moment is, the energy of that moment. So I'm not really looking at being exact as much as like, what is it that I felt in this moment? What stood out in this moment? So like, it might be you sitting in this chair a particular way, and maybe a half hour ago you made a pose, and then like kind of both of those things get combined into a scene that technically never happened, but
It happened.
it happened. Yeah.
Well, you say the barbershop. No, when he captures performances,
Yes.
that's though, like people, like he's captured me rapping and created a whole thing. Was like, oh, that was like, you know, when he captures somebody's moving and performing, and that's a whole nother level to it.
I'm just so grateful for both of you all. You've opened my mind to a lot of different things that I never thought I would see. And all this right here in Lexington, Mark.
It is. Well, ask a question if I can? I interjected and asked a weird question the last hour, so I'm going to do it again this time. But for both of you, but particularly as an illustrator, what is your take on the emerging AI art
great question.
trend?
Something told me you was gonna ask that. Well, I'll say from my perspective, also because a portion of what I do, I'm also an animator and things. So like digital mediums are huge, and I think that if we push against these things, we're not going to win. Just off of the strength of innovation always being number one. So no matter what, innovation, automation, all of those things, big industry and heavy pockets are never going to be something that we're going to be able to effectively battle against, and people just can't, unfortunately, merge together well enough to ever really take any of the things down. But what we do know is collectively as arts community, what's required for us to like be respected and have our work respected. So we should utilize the tools in ways that will allow us to, keep the artistic integrity and authenticity of what we do intact, but not necessarily push us to the wayside. Because there's going to be people and there's going to be trends that are going to come off of this AI stuff. And if we don't learn to adapt and kind of set the trend for the young artists that don't know better later, somebody else could come along with a little less integrity and less of the mindset of the people before them. And then we've lost.
And I say that's the thing. It's a trend. Things come and things go, but it's just innovation towards the art medium. Like I do graphic arts too, and like illustrations, and you got to either use them. With everything, there's good and there's bad. Right. And when it comes to even using AI, I use it to my advantage. So when it comes to like coming up with different pieces, or even on the music side of things, AI is trying to take over where they could, create music and take the voice of somebody else. But you have to be able to discern what's right and what's wrong from each of these things, and being able to properly utilize them to the capacity they're supposed to be used. And the thing is, AI isn't human. At the end of the day, it's artificial intelligence. But they don't have a real mind that can create what.
No, right. And I think it's what you said. I mean, I think that I think for people who are genuine, intentional artists, AI is just another tool in the toolbox that you can run with stuff. But it's kind of like, I don't know, like in the 50s. There became all these formula oil paintings, and so it's like you could go anywhere and get these oil paintings, which were like art that were sold as art, but it was just people just basically copying and manufacturing. There was no artistic vision behind it, and I think ultimately a lot of the stuff that I've seen come out of AI that's just sort of produced for the sake of being produced, it's obvious that it's just schlocky.
Within my fraction of time on this rock, right? I've seen wild transitions from an arts perspective. So, and I mean, speaking back on like where I initially was inspired. So we're talking about like at one point in time, we had a massive transition in comics where, you had Comics Authority that was kind of telling people what they could and could not do. And then you had people that outlined in that. And then the process of comics becoming mainstream. What did that look like? Who pushed against that? By the time anime was introduced, they pushed against that. By the time digital illustration and it started in comics, it started with digital color. People pushed against that, using Photoshop, using tablets.
I must say, even on the hip hop side of things, auto-tune came into play when they could use auto-tune, or even like when the Zappa Roger time, where they use the what is it called? Y'all know the voice box thing where they put the tube in their mouth? And
Peter Frampton used to do that.
And technically, it's like it goes from those are forms of AI. You know what I'm saying? Even auto-tune is like auto-correcting your voice. So it's like how you use it, and some people can overuse it, and then it has to be from the source. Like people respect the source and the value from the real artist. At the end of the day, I think that's never gonna change. People still remember Leonardo da Vinci. People still remember, Michael Jackson or whoever that may be. But the source, you can't change. You can't take originality from people.
Well, what's the people that you're naming and specifically like just all the artists that hold on to this integrity that we're speaking to, it's the artists that have the mindset of capturing culture.
Yeah.
Because everything that we do is a timestamp. And it's a timestamp from the perspective of whatever it is that we're touching on, be it hip hop, illustration, animation, whatever. So if we're capturing culture and we're really truly being artists, we're not going to use or allow tools to ever take away from what we've developed.
Well, and if you talk about those artists, you're also talking about people who are not just capturing culture, but pushing culture.
Absolutely.
Innovators.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Testing the limits, and whether you're talking about Leonardo da Vinci or Michael Jackson,
Absolutely.
you've got people who are, because Da Vinci's helicopter and his anatomical drawings, and Michael Jackson pushing
dance moves,
dance moves, musicians,
style.
Absolutely.
All right, Renee, I'm going to stop. I told you I would.
Oh, that's okay. I love this. It's been great discussions because when you give, you are at the same time promoting all of the different genres of music that we are the beneficiaries of here in Lexington, Kentucky. And that includes urban rap, hip hop, soul, and R&B. And here is Tony Wavy next with Take You Home as we bring this music to your home this evening.
You know just how we doing in that king size. Yeah, she want the king, she know I'm king size. Baby, you relax and you just recline. Please get off the phone, it's you and me time. Love is a drug, Tony Wavy, plug. Baby, won't you let me go and take you home? Go and take you home. Go and take you home. Shorty, I can't leave you. Hey, you all alone. Hey, you all alone. Baby, won't you let me go and take you home? Go and take you home. Shorty, I can't leave you. Hey, you all alone. Hey, you all alone. I don't wanna see you in these cold streets. I just wanna see you in my warm shades. No COVID, let's get comfortable. Shorty, I can eat you like a Lunchable. Don't worry about the bills, we can Huxtable. And we can start a family, you know, I suppose. If you not opposed, I know that we can make it through the obstacles. You're the obstacle. Baby, won't you let me go and take you home? Go and take you home. Go and take you home. Shorty, I can't leave you. Here you all alone. Here you all alone. Baby, won't you let me go and take you home? Go and take you home. Shorty, I can't leave you. Here you all alone. Here you all alone. You know just how we doing in that king size. Yeah, she want the king, she know I'm king size. Baby, you relax and you just recline. Please get off the phone, it's you and me time. Girl, when I'm with you, you just freeze time. I just want you on all my free time. Girl, you look good, I had to rewind. Look back at it, look back at it. Got me coming back to back, like a bad habit, or a crack at it. Love is a drug, Tony Wavy be the plug. Girl, I'm here to serve you. Like, do I even deserve you? Like, do I even deserve you? Like, do I even deserve you? Like, do I even deserve you?
I don't know, do you? You wanna take me home? You wanna take me home? You wanna take me, you know I'm all alone. You know I'm all alone. You know I'm all alone, baby. You wanna take me home? You wanna take me home? Yeah. The clock strikes 12 and I'm still all alone. Laying in my bed, scrolling on my phone. Nice, but they ain't you. Serving up them goods right on time, yeah, I want you.
Baby, won't you let me go and take you home? Go and take you home. Go and take you home. Shorty, I can't leave you. Here you all alone. Here you all alone. Baby, won't you let me go and take you home? Go and take you home. Shorty, I can't leave you. Here you all alone. Here you all alone.
No, I'm all alone. No, I'm all alone.
damn shame how I sip the champagne. It's a damn game how I run this campaign. I'm well suited, fly like an airplane. Gotta get it, you know gain to maintain. You know gain to maintain. How we supposed to win and you ain't on the same thing. Trying to get it through to your big mainframe. It's the big man's game. Checking out, man. I'm a ball. Till I break the dang thing. That's on every dang thing. So Roger, from the tune to the pasta. I ain't eating cause I can, man. I'm eating cause I got it. Trying to make my mama proud. Dressing in designer. Gucci Louis Prada. And she ain't gotta ask, man. I hope she know I got it. Like my shorty when she moved to Carolina. Ain't nobody finer. She said she like my rhyming. I think I'm off my noodle. I'm the top rhyming. Carolina's coming. I swear I'm not that common. Carolina's coming. I put that on my comment. I swear I get it squirted and it only bring the drama. Cause every rapper want her, but I'm the one she finding. I'ma take her higher like she off the marijuana. Carolina. Yeah, Carolina. Gotta get it, gotta go and get it, yeah. Gotta get it, gotta go and get it, yeah. Gotta get it, gotta go and get it, yeah. Gotta get it, gotta go and get it, yeah. I swear I gotta go and get it, yeah. I swear I gotta go and get it, yeah. I swear I gotta go and get it, yeah. I swear I gotta get it, yeah.
Carolina, I'm here, dog. Put the Charlotte, dog. And what you want to learn, dog? Yeah, we dog. You got something to learn, dog. You know what I'm saying? And what you want to learn, dog? Carolina. You know, this one's for you.
I like the endings of your songs so much, Tony.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And that one was for all of you listeners. First of all, we heard Tony with Take You Home, and we just heard Carolina. And that's another Renee favorite, by the way. You know, I think all of your songs are my favorite.
Thank you.
Let me talk to you both about Mad Wavy just quickly. And in Overtones, and also at Listen Locally, we kind of have this theme and motto of working in concert. And to us, it's much more than just a tagline. It's a way of life. It's built on this principle of synergy, which means the sum of the work is greater than the total of its parts. And I think you all exemplify that in so many ways. I would like you all to talk to us about what does it mean to work in concert at Mad Wavy?
Well, real quick, I do want to make sure to shout out as we talk about Mad Wavy, kind of the roots of that, because where you mentioned 6-bomb boards and kind of my live art roots, so that came from the foundation. The foundation was one of the early hip hop showcases here in town. So a lot of other local hip hop artists that we know and other visual artists here in town, we all started over there. So like with Divine Karama and Shicey Christ and DJ Just Me, who's somebody that's a major pillar in Mad Wavy. So like the foundation was like the base of that, and then later on, linking with Brown Sugar, and it's all community-based things. A collection of creators, musicians, artists, and everybody that's getting together to do things, and it's just super, super important that artists understand that you can't just work in solitude and be solitary all day.
That's how you can't create like that. And the thing is, even as you mentioned Brown Sugar, and that's something that Divine Karama hosts, and I think he ended that, right? I don't know if he's still here. So I actually met Bryce through Brown Sugar. He was doing live art. I came through there. I wanted to see what's going on, check out the scene. I did a little bit of rapping that day, but I was introduced to him, and then we just kept on meeting and seeing each other at different hip hop events, at different shows. And then we was like, oh man, we got collab, do an art collab or something like that. And we end up we started on a piece we were gonna do. Like we was gonna it's hip hop is 50. Let's do like a whole bunch of rap pieces where I do like a painting of this person, and then he goes graffiti style and does his style, and we mix our styles together. But then eventually we just start linking up together and coming together. And we was like, let's do something. Let's come up with an event. Because I'm like, it's a space that we're missing here in Lexington, Kentucky. And as you said, working in concert. So what we did, we were able to bring our styles together from doing live artwork. So I do live artwork as well. But Bryce, he was like, I'll do the live artwork. You host it. We're going to do some performances. Let's bring in local artists and give them the opportunity.
Concert, Mark, like
and we're very specific,
intentional.
Yeah, intentional. That's the word. Because we want to make sure that not only are we respecting the culture, we're respecting the artists and musicians, everybody that's involved, but we want the people involved to also respect it, and within that, have pride in your work. So we want artists that are
serious,
that are very serious, that want the ability to go out here and be heard and be seen in a different type of way. Yeah, because the type of the hustle that's required for us to do what we do, and then on top of that, to be very candid, being black artists on top of that, so the amount of work and the miles that we have to put in to do something great, I'm very proud of my work. And then I see a brother like Tony, and I'm even more proud of Tony. And then a person like Divine, who looks at us with the same eye. Divine is looking at us like I'm looking at Tony. We pass that baton along. So Mad Wavy is intended to boost that and
push the narrative for creatives.
Yes.
So we saw our phrases: Mad Wavy for the waviest of individuals.
Absolutely.
So you gotta be a wavy individual. You gotta ride your own wave. You gotta have your own style. You gotta whether that's in the artistic way. So we bring other live artists, painters, whatever they do, illustrations. We bring them in. Come bring some art. And then we bring other hip hop artists, photographers, videographers. Shout out to Ray, who does the photography, and even Lexington Art League for even having us and opening that space for us at Loudon House to be able to come there. And we do that for the community. Right now, it's free.
It's completely free. And big shout outs to Lexington Art League. I've been a resident there for coming up on 3 years, and every single time that I aim at something, they support it wholeheartedly. So when Mad Wavy came up, it was no question. It was just a matter of when can we use the house. So like the support and the love is just completely, it's unbelievable.
So yeah, we're completely donation based. So when people come through, just come donate, come show love. We supply drinks, we supply food, we supply energy and vibes,
and great memories, I might say.
Exactly. We're just trying to create the culture there and create a culture here in Lexington at Mad Wavy.
And Mark, that's the way I very much feel about Radiolex with Overtones Live. I've come to him for some pretty wild ideas as well, and I'm very thankful that you've said yes. Mark, we're going to close this double episode of Overtones Live this evening by thanking, let's just back up, Adeline Ramey and her father, and Tony Wavy and Bryce Oquaye, and tell our listeners how they can continue the presence of local music, all genres, all generations, and all cultures on this wonderful station called Radiolex. And a reminder that once again, as we close the show, you're going to be listening to another Tony Wavy original song, Hop Star. And stars be what you are's this week. Let me just say that. Love and thanks to both of you.
Thank
for being on WLXU. Folks, we are working in concert to bring you the best this great state of Kentucky has to offer music fans, reminding you that where words fail, music always speaks. Have a great week filled with family, friends, and a lot of love. Listen locally.
Ayo, can I get a hip hop? 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 Ayo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Ayo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Ayo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? What you do it for? Yeah. I know I'm nice, you just ain't notice me. I leave your ear burning to the 3rd degree. They see my fly and then they know it's me. I'm so wavy on the track, I spit that poetry. I've been done with all the crying, ain't no woe with me. Just what was me. Like Kenny, Johnny on the big. Johnny, you were big. Let's go light the streets so they can feel this heat. I can't move in silence no more, I just move discreet. You feel it in your soul, man, you feel it in your feet. This music got no hold, man, I'm trapped inside the beat. Tony be so cold, man, the temperature decrease. You don't want want no smoke, man, you cheapin' on the key. I swear you do the most. I swear you do the most. I swear you do the most. Man, I swear you do the most. Hey yo, can I get a 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 Hey yo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Hey yo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Hey yo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Hey yo, Tony Wavy, hey yo, Tony Wavy. Tony, he a hopster. Move a couple grams like you claiming you a block star. You just Lego, always asking where the ops are. You need the Lego for you toasted like a Pop-Tart. But that's none of my business like it's white on. Hit you with that right on. I'm not the one you wanna spend the night on. I'm a whole meal, I'm the one she wanna bite on. You can't see the vision, then you need to cut the lights on. This right here is hip-hop, what I put my life on. Every beat I write on. Yeah, I snap like flicks and you can call me Nikon. I'm a young icon. Yeah, I'm a young icon. Yeah, I'm a young icon. Young hopster. Hey yo, can I get a hip hop? 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 Hey yo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Hey yo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Hey yo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Hey yo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Hey yo.